So today what we're working on, it's like 2 days from June now and it's starting to get hot in Texas. So we will be installing the air conditioning for the shop. And so what I've chosen is this Mr. Cool DIY mini split. And so I calculated out the BTUs we needed for the shop, and that was 25,000. Mr. Cool makes a 24,000 BTU mini split, but that's, you know, too small. This one was only a few $100s more. This is the biggest one they make, so 36K BTU. This is the inside unit. It looks kind of like that. And the outside unit is over here, and it looks kind of like that. So my original plan was to put it pretty much right where it is right now, just like run a power outlet over here, put it there, run the lines inside, put the inside unit probably somewhere like there on the inside. But it takes up space. And then one day my dad came over and he said, hey, why don't you put it up there? So I bought this kit. This is a bracket kit, and it's made to put this up in the air. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these trailers out of here. We're going to put that bracket on the wall, and then we're gonna get this all the way up there. And after that's done, then I can run the wiring inside because I'll know where it goes. Then we can probably put up a little bit of sheetrock and insulation, put the inside unit on, and we should have, by the end of this episode, a working mini split. Oh, and the reason I went with Mr. Cool, so I do have one of these in my office in my house. I have the smallest one they have there. It's a 12,000 BTU unit, I think, and it works really well. It's super quiet, super silent. It cools really well. It doesn't really heat that great. I mean, it heats, it just takes a lot longer than the cooling. The cooling is really good, the heat takes a while. But we're in Texas, and heating is not as important as cooling. Oh, and if you're looking for these, they do have, so this is the DIY one. They also have one, I think it's called the Advantage series, and it's cheaper. It's like $500 cheaper. And you're like, why is it cheaper? Should I buy that one? The answer is no, not if you want to DIY it. So the reason this one is DIY is the line sets, the lines in between the inside unit and the outside unit, they come pre-charged with refrigerant. And whenever you screw them on, it breaks that seal and charges the system. The Advantage series does not have that, so you still got to call an AC guy and pay him to come out and charge your system once you're done. So we've got the DIY one, so we should be able to do this all ourselves, assuming we don't drop the outside unit when we try and get it up real high in the sky. Wish me luck. So that may have been the most sketchy thing I've ever done. Like, I know building this kind of by myself was really sketchy, but putting that thing up there, so that unit probably weighs, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 150, 200 pounds. And when it's up above your head, not the best. Also, when it randomly started raining, it stopped now, and I found out there was a hornet's nest up there too. So all those things combined, kind of sketchy. The bracket worked out pretty well though, so all of the bolts in the top bar are into studs in the wall. The bottom ones just go into the wall itself to keep it from wobbling side to side, but it's up there really well. And that was actually it's the Mr. Cool brand mounting bracket. And it came with all the hardware, all the bolts, everything you needed. It went up there really nicely. So next up, we're gonna go get the inside unit, figure out where that's gonna go, start running some wiring, the plumbing, the line set. So this is the line set. This is the thing that is charged already with refrigerant. We'll run that. And my plan is to probably put everything in the wall so you don't see it anywhere, not have it outside or inside or anywhere. I'm guessing that's okay, I don't really know. But yeah, now that. got our power wire going all the way from the breaker to outside. And then out here, this is a AC quick disconnect box that won't stay open. And so if the breaker inside were on and you need to work on the unit out here, you could just come out here, pull that, and the power to the unit is off, and you can go ahead and work on it without electrocuting yourself. It also gives you a good spot to transition your wire. So from inside, we have a 8-gauge sheathed Romex, and then out here in this conduit, you can't use Romex for whatever reason. So this is just individual stranded wires going into here. This hole right here, it was too small, so this is 3/4 liquid tight conduit. We only had a 1/2-inch hole, so I had to drill that out a little bit, but that worked out just fine. There will be one more wire coming out of here. It's already, it comes pre-attached to the indoor unit, so we'll go get that in a minute. And so usually you wire this up last, but I did it now because I'm dreading the next part, and I'll show you why. So this is the indoor unit, and usually what you do is, this is the refrigerant line right here. So you take this bracket off, and typically what you do is you just pull the refrigerant line straight out so it sticks right out the back of the unit. And then you drill a hole in your wall, you mount your bracket, and you just push the line right through the hole that you drilled. The thing is though, well, let me show you that too. We have this giant coil of refrigerant line, right? And so this, I think I mentioned it before, it comes pre-charged. All the refrigerant is in here right now. So you can't cut the line to size. So that's kind of one of the downfalls of doing this DIY kit, is it's not as customizable as you would like. Granted, you don't have to pay an AC technician to come out here and charge your lines, but you're kind of limited in what you can do. So that coil has to stay connected to each other. You can't cut it apart. So that means that you have this giant coil of refrigerant line that has to go somewhere. So this is my other Mr. Cool unit. This is the small one, the 12K unit. And as you can see, we have this giant roll of refrigerant line right here. It's pretty unsightly. Luckily it's behind the house, so no one's ever gonna see it. So this is, again, it's typically what you do. You just shove the lines right out, have them go down to the unit, you know, all bundled up over there. But I'm trying to avoid that over on the garage because people are going to see it. And you can get line set covers for this, and I ordered one. It was the wrong size, sent it back. Still haven't replaced it yet, still need to do that. But my plan is to hide the line set inside the walls, so the only part you see is just a little part coming out the outside going to the outdoor units, and then the inside part will be hidden in the walls, never see it. The thing is though, it's kind of a chicken and the egg problem. So once you put this on the wall and you connect the lines, you can't take it all apart without discharging the system and then recharging it. So if we're going to put up drywall, the drywall needs to be up. The thing is though, you can't connect the lines inside the wall once drywall is up, so it creates a problem. So what I've done is I've picked up a little bit of drywall and a little bit of insulation, and what we're going to do is I'm going to figure out where the indoor unit goes. I'm going to put up drywall kind of just like right behind where it goes. We'll run the lines kind of out the side of it, so then I can be able to connect them, and we'll put the rest of the drywall up over the lines later. It's just going to be kind of a trick. And if you were doing this on an existing wall, the kit does come with this nice template here. So all you got to do is find one stud, and then it has all the holes for everything else. It has the hole you need to drill for your line set. It's all pretty easy, but again, we're not dealing with a typical situation. All right, so theoretically we're all hooked up. Now all I need to do is turn on the breaker and turn on the unit. I wanted to explain a few things first though. So mounting that up there, I'm sure someone in the comments will have a better idea, but that's the only way I could figure out to get some drywall up there behind the unit and then put the pipes in the wall. So my plan is later to just kind of slide a piece of drywall behind the other part of the unit. That part I don't know what I was thinking. I could have just let that part go, but over here anywhere where the pipes are, we're gonna just slide something back there and that should be just fine. These ones, they're gonna come back off. I still need to insulate behind that. So the pipes in the wall. I think I'm just trying to be too fancy. The last unit I installed, the smaller one, it took me just like a matter of hours. You really just, all you do is you drill a hole in the wall, you mount it, and you hook up the electrical, and that's it, you're done. This one, like putting the outside unit up in the air, took a long time. Running the pipes in the wall, that's a pain in the butt. And so actually, if you look at the top, it's not exactly perfectly round. So they might be slightly kinked. I don't think they're collapsed, but they might be, the pipes might be slightly kinked. So what we're gonna do real quick, before I like finish everything off, I'm going to turn it on, make sure it cools, and then if it does, we're gonna button all this up and it'll look a lot better. If it doesn't cool, we're gonna pretend this never happened. I'm gonna buy another line set with refrigerant in it and just put the unit down outside, drill a hole in the wall, be done. Oh, and so this black line, this is the power line that comes from the outside unit to the inside unit and sends the signal back, tells the outside unit to work. This right here, this is the drain line. I'm planning on running a line all the way down to the ground and then having it go out the bottom. I don't have enough pipe for that right now, so I still need to do that. Oh, and that 2x4 might be slightly compromised, but it was not cooperating, so it'll be fine. There's other 2x4s. So we are going to turn on the breaker. I heard a beep. We're going to grab the remote and, ooh, it's doing things. The question is, does it cool? And as it hopefully starts to cool, one of the things I really like about this, the Mr. Cool units, is you have your remote here and you can put this wherever you want. It's got a temperature sensor on it, but it also has, it connects to Wi-Fi. So you can hook it up to your phone. They have an app, and also you can control it with like Alexa or Google. You can just say, hey, set the shop to 75 degrees and it'll do it as long as it cools. Can y'all feel that? You probably can't, but I can. We're cooling. Alexa, shop thermostat on. And there you have it. It works. You got the remote, you got the phone app, you can talk to Alexa, you can tell the shop to cool down now, you can tell it to heat, you can tell it to do whatever you want. I mean, really, I think it fixes cars. I don't really know. So if I were to do this again, I probably would not try and route the lines inside of like one set of 2x4s. I'd probably drill a hole and route it in two. That way I could do it like in a bigger loop and I wouldn't have to bend it so much. It's working, it's just I hope it continues to work. And putting it up outside was kind of a pain in the butt. Really, the other one I did was so easy. You mount the indoor unit, You drill a hole in the wall and you just connect everything and you're done. They're pretty easy. They're pretty foolproof to set up. I didn't go into detail on the wiring and stuff because everything is like numbered and labeled. It's really just plug and play. You just hook it all together and it's good to go. So as far as the shop goes, you can see the walls are now starting to get closed up. These walls, we probably need to close those up just so the AC can work. I think I mentioned this before, though. I really want to do the bathroom next. It's just the AC's been sitting around on my floor for a while. I want to get that up out of the way. I do have more insulation. I need to get more drywall. And then, I don't know. I really don't know what the next step is. It's probably going to be the bathroom, though. And I'll go ahead and fill you in on the bathroom real quick. It's going to be interesting because it's not the way it's supposed to be. So you can see there's a drain for the shower, drain for the toilet, drain for the sink. The only problem is the shower drain is in the wrong spot. They measured for a 4x4 shower instead of a 4 by, like, I don't know, 32-inch shower. So I can't just put a pre-made shower kit in here. So the ways to fix that are I either have to chisel out and move this drain, or I can just build a completely custom shower with the custom pan and everything. And I think that's the way I'm gonna go. So whenever we do the bathroom, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be nice too, because we're not gonna have a shower kit in there. It's gonna be a totally custom tiled shower. I have some other ideas too for the sink and whatnot. It'll be pretty good. Oh, and in here, so yeah, that wall is gonna be drywall. This wall will be drywall. What there is of that wall will be drywall. This wall, not drywall, something else. It'll be a surprise. So until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I just gotta ask, like, is anybody else itchy just like kind of like midway up my arm? Not my hand, just kind of like halfway up my arm. Not sure why. See you later.